Yes, class. In the previous video, we have discussed how to find the solution, right? And we discussed when we will find A inverse with the help of adjoint formula. And if A determinant is 0, we will be checking adjoint A into B. Now, let us do few sums from exercise 4.6. I will start with first sum, where in sum number 1 to 6 you have to just examine the consistency of the system. So the first sum is given, x plus 2y is equal to 2 and 2x plus 3y is equal to 3. So what we will do, from the given system of equations, the coefficients we will write down in one matrix, the variables we will write down in the column matrix, and the RHS constants also we will write down in the column matrix. So this is our A matrix, this is X matrix, this is B matrix, right? So it is Ax equal to B, which implies x will be equals to A inverse B. See, in the method when I explained, I pre-multiplied both sides with A inverse and we are getting x equal to A inverse B. And in the sums you can use the symbol it implies, which gives x equal to A inverse B, right? And A inverse B is equal to 1 upon A determinant into adjoint A, right, B. So here what we will do, we will find A determinant. Since A determinant will be equals to 1, 2, 2, 3. So if you people know how to solve the determinant, it will be 3 minus 4, that is minus 1, not equal to 0. So what is happening here? Determinant is non-zero. That means system A inverse exists, because we know if determinant is non-zero, it is non-singular, and if the matrix is non-singular matrix, we say A inverse exists. We will write down that is A inverse exist. So system is consistent, and in this particular case, whenever A determinant is non-zero, that is A matrix is a non-singular matrix and A inverse exists, if the system is consistent and the solution is a unique solution, we will say so the system is consistent and has unique solution, right? If you remember, in the previous classes when we start the system of equations, we use these three terms only. One will be the solution exists and it is unique. Second will be the solution exists but there will be many solutions. And the third is solution does not exist, right? So whenever we have A determinant non-zero, that is non-singular matrix, solution exists, it is a unique solution, and system is consistent. That's it. So in the first 6 sums we will be doing till this thing only, right? I hope this sum is clear. The first sum we are just writing everything till this part. Finding A determinant, since it is non-zero, we are writing A inverse exists, and if A inverse exists, system is consistent and it is having a unique solution. That's it, right? And let us do one more sum of this exercise. Let us take any 3 by 3 matrix here. I will choose sum number 5 here, and sum number 5 is given 3x minus y minus 2z equals to 2, then 2y minus z equals to minus 1, and 3x minus 5y is equal to 3. Wherever terms are missing, we know there will be zeros. So here when we write down the coefficients, it will be 3 minus 1 minus 2. Coefficient of x is 0, then 2 minus 1. Here 3 and this is minus 5, and z term is 0. Then we will write down the variables in one column matrix and the constants of RHX also in one column matrix. So here what we will find, first of all let us find A determinant. A determinant means I will write down the given A matrix in A determinant form. -2 -1 0, and here if you want we will write down ax equals to b. Okay, now in order to find the determinant, in the beginning of the chapter we have discussed the row or the column which is having maximum zeros, you can always expand the determinant along that row. So here the first column is having 1 0, even the third row is having 1 0, third column is also having 1 0. So your choice, you can expand anyhow. Let us expand it along C1. So it will be 3 into 0 minus 5, right, plus 0 or minus 0 1 and the same thing. The next is 3 into 1 plus 4, right. So what is coming here? This is minus 15, 4 plus 1 5 plus 15. Okay, so we are getting here 0. Now A determinant is coming equal to 0. I cannot find A inverse. So what is the next thing to do? Now we will find adjoint A into B, right? Adjoint A into B. So first of all you will find the adjoint matrix of the given matrix, and you remember it, whenever we find the adjoint, what do? We replace the elements of A matrix with their cofactors and we take the transpose. That means the cofactors of first row we will be writing in the first column. So let us find first of all adjoint A, right? Cofactor of 3, it will be 0 minus 5, so it will be minus 5. Okay, then cofactor of minus 1, this row and column will not consider, 0 plus 3, but remember this is odd position, so minus 3 will come here. Okay, cofactor of minus 2, 0 minus 6, cofactor is minus 6, so minus 6 will come here. Now the cofactor of 0 will be this row and this column will not consider, it will be minus 10, right, and odd position, so it will become plus 10. Then cofactor of 2, the row and column will not come, 0 plus 6, so it will remain plus only because it is even position. Cofactor of this will be minus 15 plus 3, right, this row and column will not come, minus 15 plus 3 means minus 12, odd position is there, right, so it will become plus 12. Now this is over, the last row cofactors are left, it will be 1 plus 4, that is 5, even position is there, so sign will remain 5 only. Cofactor of this will be, this column and row will not come, minus 3, and it will become, position is 3 2, odd position, you are getting minus 3, it will become plus 3, and the last cofactor will be 6 minus 0, and which position is this? Even position, so here will be 6 only, right. This is the adjoint A, and now we will multiply adjoint with B, right. Therefore adjoint A into B, let us see what we are getting. It is minus 5 minus 3 minus 6, 10 6 12, and 5 3 6 into B matrix, that is the constants matrix, 2 minus 1 and 3, right. So when we are multiplying here, it is of order 3 by 3, this is of order 3 into 1, so our resultant also should be a column matrix. First row, first column will give you the first element, right, minus 10, then minus 10 plus 15, minus 10 means minus 20, minus 20 plus 15 means minus 5. Second row will go now, minus 6 minus 6, minus 12 plus 9, minus 3, minus 12 minus 12, minus 24 minus 24 plus 18, it will be minus 6 minus 24 plus 18. Right? So what is happening here? It is not becoming equal to the null matrix. And if you remember, here we have written, if adjoint A into B is not equal to null matrix, the solution does not exist and the system is called inconsistent. Here if you notice what has come, it is not equal to null matrix, so system is inconsistent. We will say system is inconsistent. Right? That's it. Till this only we will do. Right? So, and sum number 7 to sum number 14, we have the same thing. We will check first of all the same method we will do. We will write down the given sum into Ax equal to B form, x equal to A inverse B. We will check A inverse exists or not. If exists, we will find it and then substitute the values. Right? Let us do one sum so that you can do the exercise. I am taking sum number 7. Sum number 7 is 5x plus 2y equals to 4 and 7x plus 3y equals to 5. So the given system of equations we will write down in the matrix form. This is 2, 3. Variables we will write down in the column matrix, and RHS constants we will write down again in the column matrix. So this is A matrix, X matrix, B matrix. We have Ax equal to B, right, which implies X will become equals to A inverse B. Okay, in order to find A inverse, what is the thing? First of all, we will check A determinant. Now A determinant is coming 5, 2, 7, 3 in the determinant. Remember, whenever you are writing the determinant values, the matrix sign will get over. It will written in the two vertical lines, right? So we are getting here 15 minus 14, 1 not equal to 0. So A inverse exists, right? Therefore, X is equal to A inverse B, which will equals to 1 upon A determinant into adjoint of A and B. A determinant value already calculated, it is coming 1, right? So X is equals to 1 upon 1 only. Adjoint A, if you remember, whenever the matrix is of order 2, how do we find the adjoint? Adjoint will be these two elements will change their place, means they will get interchanged, and these two elements only sign will change. So here will come 3, 5 will come at the place 2, 2. This will become minus 2 and minus 7. Adjoint is calculated, right? This is A into 1 by A determinant into adjoint A, and B determinant is 4, 5. Okay, so here goes, it will be 3 minus 2 minus 7 and 5 into the matrix 4, 5. So when we are solving it, first row will go to first column, it is 12 minus 10. Then second row will go to the column, it is minus 28 plus 25. Done? Because this is of order 2 by 2, this is of order 2 by 1, so the resultant will be of order 2 by 1 only. So that is 2 rows, so 2 rows are there but 1 column, which is further equals to, this is 2 and this is equal to minus 3. Now what is left hand side? Left hand side is capital X. What is capital X? It is the matrix, column matrix. So what we are getting, it means this column matrix containing xy is actually equals to 2 comma minus 3. That is, the value of x is 2 and the value of y is minus 3. This is our solution, right? So this is how we will do the sums from sum number 7 to sum number 14. Clear? Whatever system is given, write down in the matrix form A inverse B, find A determinant. If it is non-singular matrix, then A inverse exists, and we will do. And here most of the sums you will find A determinant is non-zero only, and you will be doing this method same way. So I hope now you people can complete your exercise 4.6 till sum number 14, right? Two sums are left, that also we will discuss one sum tomorrow, plus we will do the last part of this chapter. Okay class, thank you.